What is going on, everybody? This is Costa Games. Welcome to the 5th installment of the map series that I am currently doing. So far we have talked about Texas, an India/Pakistan map, Australia, and Africa. Now this next map is one that I've thought about before, and I've actually gotten a comment on a previous video about it, so we're going to talk about it. So this next potential map is the Arctic. Now there's a handful of really cool species that we could add to the game here. I honestly don't think that the Arctic itself has enough content to be a standalone DLC. I think they have to add maybe 2 different maps, or possibly like a map and something else. You're going to have to bring something else into the game, I think, to get the kind of player base that you want to be hyped up about it. So I think there's possibly 5 new species they could add. There would guaranteed be 4, I think, but 5th one kind of being optional now that we have alligators on the Mississippi Reserve, so that kind of opens up some different avenues. Number 1 would be the polar bear. These are huge animals. They would look great in any lodge or any multi-mount they could make up for them. Now obviously polar bears aren't accessible to everyone, but there are some hunts that deal with polar bears, and mostly rogue bears or polar bears that come into towns or whatever. Number 2 would be the other big game Arctic animal. That would be the muskox. These are really cool animals. They're herding animals. They're the ones you see that like circle up around their calves to protect them from wolves. And I think that'd be an awesome multi-mount. Have like 3 or 4 of them on the same pedestal. But to do that, since they are big animals, I think they would have to add a new lodge with this next update. Like honestly, like make it a big cabin in the woods or something like that, or up in the mountains. Just make it a really unique looking lodge. Add a bunch more big game mounts. I'm having issues with mine where there's just not enough big game mounts, you know. And we've already talked about adding a new lodge, possibly in the Africa video that I just made. So go check that out afterwards, along with all the other map series if you haven't checked them out yet. Number 3 of the new species would be the Arctic wolf. Obviously this kind of stands for itself. They're just white wolves. Now you could do a multi-mount with these Arctic wolves and the muskox, which would look really neat. And number 4 of the guaranteed new species I think you could add would be the Arctic hare. This would give you a small game animal. I believe there's a bird also there in the Arctic that you could hunt. And also, I forgot to write this one down, you could have the Arctic fox added to the game. Now the species I'm kind of questioning on here is, I feel like with the muskox and polar bear, yeah, you get enough species for some people to be interested in it, but I feel like you need another big species or another DLC or something added along to it, like I said earlier. This possible species would be the walrus. Now you could kind of use the same coding as you did with the alligators on the Mississippi Acres Preserve. They can kind of just come out, chill on the bank, and then go back in the water if they're ever spooked or anything like that. I don't really know how they would work out, you know, the anatomy of the walrus. I don't know exactly where you would try to harvest a walrus from, like shot placement. But they would be a very unique animal to add to the game. Yeah, if you guys want to go check out those other 4 videos in the map series, I'm going to leave them here on the end screen for you guys. Texas, Africa, Australia, and the India/Pakistan map are all the videos I've done so far. And all of these including brand new species and some new ideas for the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about this Arctic map. Do you think it's enough content just to add to the game by itself? Would it really get people interested back into the game? And what are some other places or species that you think should be added to? And like always, I'll see you in the next video.